What's up, guys? Welcome to the Stats Free Sports channel. Let's get right into it. Let's discuss a possible reunion between Kirk Cousins and the Minnesota Vikings. So, Tom Pelissero really inspired this video. He came out this morning, put it on social media. I'm not sure what platform he actually works with. I just seen it floating around on social media a couple hours ago. That the Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers era, is not going to happen. As of right now, the Vikings are not pursuing Aaron Rodgers. They have declined all trade moves for J.J. McCarthy, and they have now informed teams officially, behind the scenes officially, not a press conference or anything like that, that they're going to go with McCarthy as QB1. Now, that leaves a veteran presence needed behind McCarthy, and you scan the NFL, right? You scan the whole league, and I know as a Falcons fan, I've been banking on the Browns getting Kirk Cousins. That's Kevin Stefanski, Kirk Cousins connection made sense. But with the move of Kenny Pickett, and I will admit, getting Kenny Pickett doesn't stop anything. He's a possible bridge quarterback option. Let's say at pick two, the Browns, which could happen, they get Shador or Cam Ward. I think Pickett will start from day one, and it's up to him to see how long he keeps that job. Half the year, the full year, whatever. If he can hold off a rookie for the full year, we'll see if he plays well. But I believe Pickett is a bridge quarterback in that room. So adding Kirk to that room now really doesn't make sense to carry three quarterbacks, a rookie, Kirk, and then Kenny Pickett. I don't see it really making sense. So I think that connection could be blown out now. Then you have the Pittsburgh Steelers. They bring in Mason Rudolph. So they could still bring in, Aaron Rodgers or Russell Wilson back and then draft a rookie as well at pick 21. But that's kind of likely too. That they might wait till round two or round three to draft a Quinn Ewers or something like that, or Riley Leonard, maybe. But I don't see them going the Kirk Cousins route either. You have Mason Rudolph, and you bring in Kirk and a rookie maybe. So it's like it's real tough to see a room crowded with three potential quarterbacks that could start. That's not really the normal how things work. So with that being the case, Kirk can go to the Giants and Brian Daboll. That's unlikely, but it's possible. They are desperate. But I'm looking at the Vikings as a prime candidate. Go back to your old home where you should never left. In reality, he felt disrespected by the Vikings, by the money, all that stuff, but came to Atlanta, came to my team and got even disrespected worse by them blindsiding him with Michael Penix. So, I think he I think the last 6 months, right, since he lost his job to Michael Penix and had times to reflect and sit back, I think Kurt realizes his time is to the end. I know he probably knew that already, clearly, but it's like, man, I signed a big deal. I should have at least played half of it out, but he didn't even get to 1 year without being benched. So I think he might have came to his football mortality, came to grips with it, and said, okay, I'll go in and have a quote unquote maybe battle with McCarthy. Or, matter of fact, a battle would make it kind of seem that Kirk has a chance. I think if he's brought back to Minnesota, it will be known clear to everybody. Kirk is a high-end backup. He's here to mentor. He is a backup. He's here to spot start in case of emergency. But, and he's definitely probably, if Kirk is a backup and he's healthy in that Vikings system with a great with their defense and their offensive weapons and their new improved offensive line, Kirk is the best backup in the league. Not even close. Not even close. He's the best backup by far to have as your insurance option there. So, I know Kirk is in the big game talk and all that stuff. That definitely rears his head every now and then in those big moments. But just overall, you can't ask for a better quarterback who's more experienced and also still good. I still think Kirk is good. I still do. I think last year, coming back from the Achilles and then playing as well and then getting banged up, it just wasn't the greatest time. He even mentioned as well, I think an elbow or shoulder injury kind of affected him as the year went on with the Falcons. But if you bring Kirk back to Minnesota under the guise of, hey, he's our clear backup, no question, no debate, it's not a battle, we're going with the young boy, and Kirk is fine with that, then hey, if I'm the Vikings, I'm a Vikings fan, I'll be signing up for that every day of the week. You can't ask for another better scenario. I know they might not be biggest fans of Kirk now because, like I said, the way he played with us. But if McCarthy balls out and having a great year, and something happens for a game or two, or no, or just hopefully he doesn't miss the whole season, something like that. If something happens in the middle of the season, you would, if I'm a Vikings fan, I would feel extremely confident in a healthy Kirk Cousins with an improved O line. With two good running backs now in Mason and Aaron Jones, with an improved offensive line as far as money wise goes. We'll see on paper. We'll see how it translates to the field. But on paper, O line looks a lot better, especially up the middle. The center guard combos look a lot better. The defense gets even better than last year on paper. The D line has been shored up. Some good stuff going on in the back end as well. So it's like, man, they look like they're quarterback away. The Vikings are legit QB away, and if McCarthy can provide that, then awesome. If he can't, or whatever happens, you have an emergency guy, a backup, a primetime backup in Kirk Cousins to make things still go afloat, and he can still win games for you. As I said before, man, his connection with Justin Jefferson is top tier. I don't think a year away uh, really hinders that. He's played with Addison as well, played with Hawkinson, so everything to me pans out but it's really up to Kirk, in my opinion. It's really up to Kirk to see what he wants to do. Does he have to absolutely start? If that's the case, then this doesn't work out because obviously I think the young boy McCarthy gets the nod here. But if he's come to his senses and say, hey, I just might not be a starter no more or in the right spot, I can start maybe, then okay, I think Kirk can understand at least for a year until he gets, maybe after this year he gets cut or something, whatever team he goes to, then he go on and try to find his own team via free agency. But if he can get traded and approve a trade, I think the Vikings make the most sense here, um, instead of the Browns now. You have Pickett there. You have a rookie quarterback coming in. Doesn't quite make sense. Like I said, the Giants could rear their ugly head and get aggressive for a veteran. Brian Daboll and Joe Shane, they need to keep their job. So Kirk, I just don't. If they, but for me, if you want Russell, you should want Kirk too. Like I know Russell's more mobile and stuff, but he don't really run as much as he used to. He's not really, he's not the old Russell of that from what we know either now. So it's like, if you want Russ, I wouldn't be opposed to trade for Kirk either. But I know Russ is probably cheap, well, definitely cheaper, and you won't have to lose any assets to get Russ. So it makes more sense to go after him. But we'll see, we'll see. But I'm not mad at the Vikings if they go back and get Cousins. I'm not mad at that. Nice fifth round pick, fourth round pick, something slight to bring in a backup, a prime time premium backup quarterback. Though the cap hit is big, but the Vikings have cleared cap space recently, so everything pans out to me. It really does. Just depends on what Kirk and his mindset is on. If he's fine with some, and he's set behind Penix for the last 4 or 5 games. So like I said, it's tough because you don't know what he wants to do. I'm sure he wants to play clearly. I'm sure, but the options right now are pretty slim as far as clear cut starting spots go. So I'm thinking Kirk might not eat, but he might bite the bullet one more year, go back to Minnesota where he's beloved at. Maybe have a chance if McCarthy struggles or get banged up or something. He hasn't had NFL pressure yet. He haven't got hit yet. So one hit could lay him down for a week or two, or the ribs might be bruised up. Like how Daniels had for the Commanders last year, a couple games banged up, and they could sit him, rest him, whatever, let him heal up, then Kirk come in and play. You never know. You never know. So we'll see what happens to those guys. That's it for the video. Like, share, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys next time.